second, y'all. Just testing this out here. Okay. Hey, this is Deborah. Welcome to my Divine Downloads. Interesting enough, this one is going to be different because I have to share a vision I received, and it's not great. It's not great at all. I think it's not great for those for whoever this is. But I'm pretty sure whoever's at the tail end of this would feel some sort of, I guess, relief to know that these things are not being overlooked. Okay. So I had a vision, and I seen a woman. She was sitting at a table. The table was round. Hi, Mama. She was
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, it's Leah. Give me a kiss. Okay. Okay. Shh. Mama's talking. You gonna sit down? Come on, sit down with me. So I seen a vision of a woman. Wasn't in detail. I just got, it was a woman, and she's at a table, and she's about to drink coffee. And as she's bringing the coffee cup up to her mouth, right, and she goes to tilt it to put the liquid in her mouth, her teeth fall out into the cup, right? I see her taking her hand, touching her gums, like in shock, like what the fuck is going on, right? And so, I asked Spirit what was the meaning of this, because, I don't know, I guess the part of me, the question would be, how is this so devastating if this happens to someone who's like dabbling in things that they shouldn't be dabbling in, let's just put it that way. And I'm pretty sure you guys could put the pieces together on that one. So what I was told was the teeth, right? If you think about it, we typically use our teeth for chewing meat. And on a spiritual aspect of that, that speaks to me of mature things that speak to maturity. Whereas, as we hear, like, children, babes, they don't really need teeth because they're suckling still on the breast milk, right? And what I was hearing is that this person in particular is opting to stay on a level that is conducive to a babe, to a child. And so there's no need for the teeth. So the teeth are falling out. The teeth fell out. This was a symbolism. The teeth are falling out. You ain't using them. You don't need them. And later on, even thinking about the coffee, I'm like, coffee? Why coffee? Coffee here in America, it's big, on allowing people to get things done when they feel depleted. So it's a source of energy, if you will. It's an artificial boost. And so now you see why this person, you can see the connection in, well, you're not growing, right? And if you were growing, you would have the energy necessary to continue on your journey, right? However, you've opted to be stagnant. You've opted to stay as a kid, right? Tricks are, you opted to play with tricks, and this is what they're doing, right? They're out here playing tricks and playing games and stuff like that because they don't wish to excel in their understanding, right? And then there's a sense of confidence there in drinking the coffee because it's like, oh, I have these other means or these other tools that will assist me in doing the things that I want to do, right? Going against divinity, going against the things that are natural and in alignment with the universe and nature. They pride themselves on these inventions to get things done, right?
Hi,
However,
Bobby.
hey, baby. Okay, hold on. Can you give me a second? Okay. So they've prided themselves on these inventions or these tools outside of themselves to get things done, right? Rather than understanding the power that we have within and how that power just increases with our growth, right? So, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, did I leave that out? Yeah. So I was questioning. I'm like, you know, no, I'm not opening now. Oh, no, 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 not yet. Okay. Thank you. So I was questioning, like, if I was to be I guess I don't know if I'm using the right word. If I was to be like an antagonist and look at this like, oh, somebody's like, well, that doesn't bother me, it's teeth, right? If that was something that was literal nowadays, just like they opt in for artificial boosters like coffee, you know, they can get dentures, they can get veneers or whatever it is that these doctors are doing nowadays, that you can replace what is natural with that which is artificial to have a sense of confidence in yourself when you look in the mirror, right? So I'm like, oh, this is not if it's meant to be like a threat, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they'll just roll it off their back like, oh, so well, so what? Like, because, that was my thought. Like, how is that a, I don't know, any indication or any, you know what I mean? Like, people say this and you would think that it's like a means to allow somebody to realize, hey, time to change. It's time to change. Because if you don't change, what you're holding on to is going to get taken away from you regardless, right? And I just feel like some people who are very stubborn, like, I don't give a fuck. I can just get fake teeth. I'll just go get fake teeth. What are you talking about? Like, this is not a problem. But that's not what I seen in the vision. I definitely seen that this woman was devastated, and that indicated to me that she must be someone who is not like of that age to get dentures and things of that nature. She's at an age where she's expecting that her teeth are supposed to stay in her mouth. And when you have tons of teeth falling out your mouth, that would kind of like cause some type of alarm to go off within yourself, as to say, what the hell is going on, right? And even as I'm speaking right now, what's being brought to my remembrance is the scene. So even on that note, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. You know how kids can get sometimes. They hear you doing something and they want to come in the room you're in and make a whole bunch of noise. It is what it is. I love her either way. But yeah, I'm reminded of that movie, Netflix movie that was like everybody was raving about and critiquing. I forgot the name of it, but it had to do with the times right now and everything. But there was a part where the son, I believe that's what happened to him. His teeth just fell out. His teeth fell out his mouth, but I would think that has something else to do with something else, but because I can't remember exactly why, or was it had to do with the frequency and or what was going on. I have no idea, but because I can't remember it right now. But I was just, it's funny because I was like, wow, that actually happened in that scene. But yeah, but with this person, I had, just questioning everything or what I was seeing. Stop. So it yeah, and that for me, when it came to me, that was literal. Like I'm sharing the spiritual aspect of it, but what I got was that was literally going to happen to this woman. Like whoever this is, like that's what's going to happen to her. And when I had questioned, like, that's not a big deal nowadays. She can just get her teeth replaced or something. And what spirit was showing me, no, you don't understand. Like when people are dabbling in this these tricks, if you will, trying to control other people's free will and manipulate and cheat and scam and do all this other crazy shit, you got to understand they have a real strong tie to the physical things of this world. So to you, because of your connection to source, you're like, that's just it is what it is. They come and they go, right. We're not really attached. We're grateful for the things that we have in our life, but we're not attached to these things. Like, we don't feel as though these things make us who we are, right? No, but these people, the very even reason why they dabble in what they dabble in is because they are strongly attached to these things. So they pretty much, when they're wishing ill will upon you in your life, whether it's in your job, in your relationships, your children, all that other stuff, they are speaking to the very fear that they have within themselves, right? They're really pretty much telling you what would devastate them. So that is what they would call forth to happen in your life, to project that ill will towards you, because that is exactly what would devastate them, right? So yeah, so that was the clarity that I received. Like, no, you don't see it the way they, you don't see it like that, and this is why you're questioning it. But I'm gonna show you why this is such a big deal, because for them, they take these things as wins and losses. See, now, if something happens in your life and they've been wishing ill will on you, they think that is because they have some power, that they actually, what they're working with is actually powerful. And that's far from the truth, right? We know that life is made up of ebb and flows, right? Of change, right? It's going to happen. But these people will sit around and somehow attribute the way they felt about you to the things that may seem unfavorable on the outside in your life. So let's just say they had an issue with you and you so happen to leave your job, or let's just say your job lets you go, or you realize, oh, you're gonna downsize, or you're gonna do something different to where it doesn't look like you're as prosperous as you were before, right? On the outside, right? They would look at this as, ooh, that's what you get. See, ooh, that's what you get. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And this is how these motherfuckers think. It's so, it's so crazy. This is how they think, right? And this is why I'm a person, like I said, who is like, no, like, I have things in my life I appreciate. I would question these things and say, well, that's not a big deal. Like, I mean, it is if your teeth fall out, but I'm like, with all the technology they have out today, nigga, get some new teeth. Your hair fall out, get a fucking wig. Like, you know what I mean? It's all perspective. Like, how do you view these things? Nobody's gonna know unless you tell them, and they all up in your mouth and in your business and seeing you go for your appointment and all that other stuff. Nowadays, you could just, there's so many ways to upgrade yourself physically that is like, why would you even be so pressed about it? You know what I mean? So that's why I question. I was like, oh, these are people that got access to this shit all the time. No. This is, if you're thinking we gotta think on a spiritual level. On a spiritual level, oh no, this shit would feel like, because there's such in a momentum of projecting wellness, right? Of advancement, projecting understanding and things like that. So when things look like they're taking an L, the way they take it is not the way we take it. That's what I'm hearing. Like, that, y'all gotta understand, the way these motherfuckers take it is not the way we take it. I just came across something in the news where a gentleman, I believe, offed himself because something happened with his business. if I'm not mistaken, just recently. So, like I said, the way they view where their confidence lies is outside of themselves. So, when they lose these things, it don't affect you like it affects them. You understand what I mean? So it was like, I felt like Spirit was checking me like, listen, you gotta understand, it's not the same. It's not the same with these type of, you know, personalities and stuff. It's not the same because this is what they do. They project all the time, you know, and are able to get over on folks that are just as ignorant as they are. Right? But yeah, this is someone who's playing around and dabbling in things that they're not supposed to be dabbling in, and for all the wrong reasons. For all the wrong reasons. It's interesting how these people can take up so much time to conjure up spells and all this other stuff to cast ill will upon a person that doesn't even deserve it. You can't even do this with making positive change around you, to assist someone, to help someone, you know? You would think if someone gave you access to something that you deem to be an ability to change things without really having to put much effort into it, you would use that to change things that actually would be beneficial to people. Right? We got a lot of shit that people are going through in this world. And the one thing you're thinking about is some shit that has nothing to do or worth our fucking time worrying about. It's all for pride. It's all for ego. It's all for you to project a certain ability that you do not have. And so, yeah, the Spirit said the teeth is falling out. When they go and they sit and have their little normal, regular routine of coffee, because that's what I'm seeing. This is something that they do on a regular. I see a white cup, a white round cup. They're going to go put it to their mouth. And as soon as they try to go sip, them teeth is falling out from the top into that cup. Okay? So that's the end of that. You know, I don't know, you know, I don't really got much to say but to share what I've been given. I was pushed to push this out there because it was coming back to me. This came this morning and it's afternoon now, and it came back to me, and I'm like, is this something that I share and post? And I got the yep. So here you go. Maybe there's some other people out there that are getting visions and stuff like that, but you know, I'm just gonna put what I've received out there. And I guess the bottom line is, like, don't be out here playing with stuff that you ain't supposed to be playing with and thinking that you're gonna get away with it, because you're not. I'm gonna tell you right now, and right now is not the time to be messing with folks, especially because you are very unaware of who you're dealing with, right? Life has allowed you to have your head blow up, right? In a means of your head is blown up because you're used to getting away with this, right? But you just happen to come across a real one. And it's just not gonna fly. It's just not gonna fly. So yeah, you know, to the collective, you know, continue to be, you know, 100 with yourself. Know that you are God's, and keep it pushing, you know. Go forth and be great. Peace. Oh, they just wanted me to add that too, because the reason I didn't really share why I was being told to share. So, recently I've been going through some things personally in my own life, and I think it's important that that we stay grounded regardless of what we're faced with. But at the same time, it seems as though people are underestimating the connections that we have. So I feel as though, you know, I feel as though I'm being directed to do this just so people know when it happens, and the reason why I say when they know it happens, because I know that although people stalking, right? They're gonna come across this audio or recording, if you will. And so when that happens, just know that you did this. Nobody did this. You did this. This is all from a vision. A bitch didn't have to go do no witchcraft, no spell work. A bitch didn't have to go to no graveyard, get no dirt. She didn't have to join a group, a cult, a sect, a organization, no team of people, nothing. The way this is going down right now, or about to go down. So this is just one. I just hear spirit saying, this is just one example, okay? Just one example to just show you that this ain't a game. This ain't a game. And you're going to get the rewards you laboring for. You're going to get the rewards you laboring for. So let this be one example, and hopefully the last, but people stubborn. Folks are stubborn. They're very stubborn. And so they'll be like, oh, that was just luck. Oh, that just, it is what it is. I'm just the messenger. I don't have to go out here and lift a finger and do a goddamn thing. I just be accountable for myself, stay accountable for myself. But I also see that with this comes a lot of hate, a lot of hate. Because when you walk to the beat of your own drum and you realize who you are and that you don't need to get any approval or validation from nobody to stand within that, folks that are used to being led and controlled and manipulated have a problem with that, right? The question becomes, who do you think you are, right? Who the hell do you think you are? Possibly who you think you should be. But maybe you're not, and maybe that's why you're having a problem with that. But that's not my concern, nor is it my problem. Okay? But yeah, the attacks have been real, and Source just, whatever you want to call it, dropped that on me real quick and let me know. Yeah, a bitch is about to have her top teeth fall right out her mouth. Right out her mouth. Since she want to sit here and be a kid and pretend to be grown, we're going to let that physical body be in alignment with the mental. Okay? All right. That's in the transmission. I like when homie says that. I don't know if I got his name right. Was it B Dill? I'm not sure. But yeah, I like that when he says that. End of transmit. Yeah, end of transmission. All right. Take care, y'all. Peace.